Hi, this is Dr. Kim. Welcome to 10-Minute Wellness Video Series. People ask me, you're a foot doctor, why are you talking about health? Well, I've been in practice for 20 years now. First 5 years into my practice, that's exactly what I was doing. I was seeing patients, I was doing a lot of surgeries, I was getting really busy for some reason. And one day, I got into a total depression. I didn't want to go to work anymore, I couldn't handle seeing patients anymore, I didn't want to do any more surgeries, because I would go to work and I would look at the schedule before I start seeing the patients. And I would look at all these patients' names and I go, oh my God, Angela. Oh my God, John. They've been coming to me forever. I've done surgeries on them for sometimes like 2 years ago, sometimes months ago. They should be healed by now. They should be gone by now. They should be walking and running and doing all the things that they were doing. But they couldn't do any of that, and they were dragging their feet, coming to me, and they're wearing the boot, braces, they're doing, I had to keep injecting them, and I had to do all kinds of things to get them better, but they weren't getting better. So I got into a total depression, and I didn't know what to do. So one day, I made up my mind to look at all the charts that were just not doing well. So I had about 50 charts on my desk. I piled them up on top of the desk, and I was literally buried by all the charts that were like, so thick, because they keep coming, right? They've been coming for months and years sometimes. So I started looking through all the charts, and then I kept looking and looking. It was like 10 o'clock, and it was 11 o'clock at night, and I kept looking and looking, and I just realized, oh my God, hallelujah. I realized I was just overjoyed at this time because I realized that it was not my fault. I thought, of course, I made some mistakes and I didn't do it right sometimes, but I realized that most of these patients were sick people. I worked on diabetic patients, hypertensive patients, people with high cholesterol, people taking multiple medications, some cancer patients, some obese patients. When I worked on these people, they just didn't get better. So I would make a cut to make an incision, and then it created a thick scar that the joint wouldn't move. I would cut the bone and move the bone in, and the bone it just wouldn't heal. So for months I had to put them in a cast, and I kept doing therapy, I kept injecting, and I tried everything that I knew what to do, but it just wasn't working. So I was so happy to find out that it was not my fault, all of it, obviously, but I realized, oh my God, what do I do now? I've done surgeries, I've done, I put them on medication, I was doing all these things that I knew how to do, but they just still weren't getting better. So I got right back into the depression. So I said, well, what are we going to do? So one day I realized that, okay, well, I grew up in Korea, and I used to go with my mom. She would go see an acupuncturist. They would put these needles in the body, and she was like getting healed. So I realized that. So I started studying Chinese medicine. They use needles and herbs, all natural, so they don't use drugs. They don't use surgery to heal all these people. So I started studying Ayurvedic medicine, which is Indian medicine, 8,000 years of history of Indian medicine. I started looking through all their books and all the graphs and charts and all these different things, and I realized, oh my God, they use food as medicine. Hippocrates said 2,500 years ago that you should use food as medicine. Wow, they were already doing this 8,000 years ago. They were just using food as medicine. Wow, amazing. So I studied exercise physiology, I studied emotional healing, I studied nutrition, I studied spiritual healing, and one day I said, hallelujah again. That I realized that we have all the power to heal ourselves. Well, let me repeat that. We have all the power to heal ourselves. In fact, God gave us all the power to heal ourselves. So when I realized this, wow, I really need to start teaching this. And I realized that we're just made amazingly. We have this amazing power to heal ourselves. And our heart is pumping, you know how many times a day? 100,000 times a day without you even thinking about it. And then it's pumping so much blood, it's pumping about 6 gallons of blood every minute. And it's pumping from your heart, and pumping all the way to the tip of the fingers, all the way down to your tip of your toes. All day long, it's pumping, pumping. If you connect all the little vessels, tiny capillaries, end to end, and connect all of it, each one of you would reach 60,000 miles. That's twice around the world. Just yourself, each one of you. It's amazing. We have this amazing power in our eyes. Eyes can distinguish 10 million different colors. Our nose can smell about 10,000 different odors. And we're just made amazingly. Our muscles, we have 639 muscles. We have pulling muscles. We have pushing muscles. If you put all the muscles in one direction and push, you can push 25 tons. You have this amazing power. You've seen these people who are in danger. They're lifting, from people that are underneath, and all this amazing power comes because you already have it. You have this amazing power to heal. Your stomach lining regenerating every 3 to 5 days. And then your brain regenerating every 2 years, your bones every 2 years. Your red blood cell, you have 25 trillion red blood cells in your body. It's completely new red blood cells every 120 days, which is 4 months. Every 4 months, not a single cell in your red blood cell will be yours. The problem is we keep giving the bad stuff. We're building our whole body. Our bodies every 7 years will not be completely new you every 7 years or so. And when this happens, you're building like a new building. Every 7 years, you're building a new building, and you're building with this bad material. You're building with trash, literally. All the things we eat and drink, and the things we think about, actually, the things that we believe in is completely trash. When you put all these things and rebuilding completely new you, you're going to feel like trash. And that's why you're not well. That's why you're sick. So I started teaching this about 8 years ago now. I've done hundreds of seminars, and thousands of people have come to the seminar, and they all were amazed by all the things that I teach because they're so simple. We teach you how to eat, how not to eat, what not to eat, how to drink, how not to drink, what to think, what not to think, how to think, how not to think, what to believe, and what not to believe. And when you realize all the things will really make a huge difference in your health, you'll be completely transformed. And that's what I want to take you on this journey next 3 months or so. We're going to talk about 3 different secrets per month. Every Monday, I'm going to review every 10 minutes. We're going to go over each secret. There are 9 secrets to completely transform and completely make it new you in 3 months or so. And when people came and did all the things that I taught, an amazing thing happened without even me realizing this. That people actually got rid of all their medication. In fact, they reduced diabetic medication, cholesterol medication, blood pressure medication. They reduced tremendous amount, and some people actually got rid of them completely within a matter of weeks sometimes. And then some people lost a lot of weight. They didn't even mean to lose weight, but they ended up losing 30 to 50 pounds. And some people got to look so much younger because they lost the weight, and they look so much energetic that they look at least 10 to 20 years younger. So this is what I really promise you. If you follow these very simple things that I'm going to be teaching next 3 months, okay, just 10 minutes per week. If you invest this time, then you would really transform your life. So I invite you to join me for next 3 months or so on this journey of 10-minute wellness video series. I'll see you then.